Hello everybody, the Gadget Man here. Hope everybody's doing well on this wonderful day. I'm having a great day out here today. And today's video is a follow-up of the small shakedown hike that we did last weekend. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some gear that worked very well, and I'm going to go over some gear that didn't work very well at all. So with that, I wanted to have a little commentary here, just a very quick one here, is that a lot of things are going on with the nation right now, especially with the COVID-19, and there's a lot of folks out there that are going to be starting section hikes and doing some other hikes. The outdoors is a really great place, but I ask that you keep in mind the safety of yourselves and the safety of your other hikers. So with that, we'll start our video here. All right, I'm going to start off today with two really great pieces of gear that worked absolutely fantastically on a rainy weekend that we had. Also, I'm going to start off with a little disclaimer. None of these items are given to me by the companies that I'm showing you for, and I'm not getting paid for any type of endorsement for doing this. The first one that worked really, really well is this REI rain jacket right here. It was absolutely fantastic. It has a hood that you can put on and take off. You can put it over your head. It works really great when you have a hat on. And it's also got these nice sleeves here that you can shorten down. And most of all, it has these wonderful pit zips in it, which came in very handy. The second item I want to talk about here is this Z-Packs rain skirt. This thing here was absolutely fantastic right here. It's got an adjustable waist strap right here, and more importantly, it has this really wonderful zipper on the back, and what you can do is you can actually make it a little bit shorter so that you have room to step over things like logs and rocks. So one absolutely fantastic piece of gear. Another item that worked absolutely fantastic out there on the trail was this Hammock Mantis all-in-one hammock system. It's absolutely fantastic because it comes with the tarp, it comes with the hammock with a bug fly on it, it comes with the straps, and it was very easy to set up, especially when the rain was going off and on, and it did a great job of keeping me dry. The only issue I had was that we actually camped a little bit too high on the mountain, and we had a lot of rain that came in, and even though the fly was down very low, the wind did bring some of the moisture in, so it did collect on the actual rain fly itself. But other than that, pretty good deal. If you can find one on sale, highly recommend. Another item that worked absolutely fantastic was this Six Moon Design Silver Shadow Umbrella. It was a pretty fantastic little device to use, not necessarily while hiking, but really inside the camp and when setting up. What Angela found out is that if you actually take this and while you're setting up and your pack is either down someplace low or on the ground, you can actually open this up and place it over your pack and keep your pack dry. I'd never thought of that, and it was a pretty good idea, and I think it's something that I'm really going to use from now on when I'm out there and camping if we happen to be setting up during the rain. It does work while we were taking a break and we were sitting down relaxing. You can take this out and kind of hang it over your head, so a definite good buy. Another wonderful gadget that I had is this little light I got right here, and I don't remember where I got it from, and there's not really a name on it. There's Lux Pro Light. This was a pretty good thing to have because what I did was I actually put it on the ridge line of my hammock, and it was still daylight when we lay down and went to bed because it was raining, and we just decided it's better just to hang out in a hammock. And then when I woke up about 11 o'clock that night, I noticed that my headlamp was still inside of my pack. My pack was outside of the hammock, and it was leaning up against a tree with a rain cover on it, so the only light I had was this little Lux Pro light, and it worked very, very well. So from a gadget standpoint, this one's a winner. Here's something that didn't work very well at all, is I had these gloves here, and I've used them for hunting, and these are actually Rocky gloves. And these gloves are supposed to be waterproof. They're supposed to have this nice soft membrane on the outside so you don't make a lot of noise if you're out deer hunting or turkey hunting. But they're also supposed to have a waterproof membrane on the inside. And what I found very quickly is that these gloves are not waterproof. They do not keep your hands dry. They probably will for about 5 or 10 minutes in a light rain, but wearing them all day in the rain, they did not work. So these kind of get a thumbs down in my book. Another item we used over Angela's hammock was this Hammock Coolie Ultralight Weather Shelter. As far as weight goes, you really can't beat it, but one of the things that I was happy, it was a very easy setup. However, when this thing gets wet, it gets pretty heavy. We took it down the next day. It did a great job of shielding us from the rain, but when we packed it up, it was very wet, and it became probably twice as heavy as it was because you can't really shake the water off on it. So from a shelter perspective, absolutely fantastic. From a post-rain and we had to pack it up again. It's pretty good, okay, but it's not perfect, and maybe there are some other things out there that shed water just a little bit better for when you pack it up. But otherwise, it still gets a thumbs up, and it's a good buy. The next product I want to go into here is the Kammock Roo Double Hammock. This is what Angela used and she slept in, and she said she was very comfortable in it. It was very easy to set up. All we did was attach the tree straps on board, and it hooks right on. It's got a little carabiner clip. So this right here is a win-win. And it's recommended. Another handy gadget to have along here is this Z-Packs fanny pack. This worked really, really well. It was the first time I had ever used it, and what I did was I put it in front of me in front of my pack, and I was able to put things in here like the camera or any other quick stuff that I wanted to get out, snacks, those type of things. And it was actually a little bit easier to get it out of here than it was to get it out of the pouches that are on the side of the pack. And I'll review the pack here in just a little bit. But it did a great job, kept everything dry, it was easy to put on. So another great buy. Another thumbs up product here is this Aeros Sea to Summit Down regular pillow. This thing worked really, really well in the hammock. The nice thing, it has an inflation valve and a deflation valve. So what you can do is you can inflate it just as much as you need. And I don't recommend if you're in a hammock that you inflate it all the way. Leave it a little soft. That made it work perfect. But it kept my my head up where it needed to be, and another thumbs up, a great buy. And this is as big as it gets when you fold it up, so it does not take a lot of space and it doesn't weigh a lot. So this gets a very good thumbs up. From a pack perspective, I use this ULA Circuit. This is the first time I've used it, and it's definitely a winner. It's very light, it's very comfortable, it fit everything the way I needed it to fit. It doesn't have a brain on the top. It actually has this little tie-down straps here, and what you do is you take them and you basically roll it and fold it down. And the nice thing about that is you can adjust the size of the pack, and what happens is over time, as you, especially if you have some type of a bear box or something like that, or you have a flexible bear container, as you eat your food, your package is going to get smaller. So you have the ability to shrink or enlarge the pack for however it's going to work. One disadvantage is that it's not waterproof, so I did spray some silicone on it to make it waterproof, and I also used a pack cover, and that worked very well. I also used a trash compactor bag on the inside, and I recommend that you do that because on the trip we had some folks that had backpacks that were waterproof, backpacks that had pack liners on top of them, and backpacks that had trash compactor liners on the inside, and people found that water still got into the bag and was on the outside of the trash compactor liner. So recommend that you always line your bag with a trash bag compactor liner. And it looks just like this. It's just nice little, these are white and they go inside, and it's a great little liner. So highly recommend you do that. But as far as the bag goes, the bag gets a thumbs up. Cooking was very easy. What we did was we actually used this MSR. It is the Pocket Rocket 2. It was absolutely a fantastic stove to use. I've used Jetboils and I've used a lot of other different stoves here. This one here, very simple. This goes on a butane canister. It heated up water very quickly and very efficiently. We also used a windscreen with it to help it out. But the MSR Pocket Rocket 2 worked very well. That was from what we used to heat up our water with. And then the little pot that we used here was this Toaks 750 milliliter titanium cup right here. It's got a top, it's got a cup, it's got a handle that you can hang it on things on if you want to. It's got two handles on the side here that you can hold the water with, and the top. So this worked fantastic for heating up water. Like I said, you can do up to 750 milliliters, which is a little shy of 3 cups. And actually a little more than 3 cups. Then basically use a nice titanium mug right here. This is what we drank coffee out of, or heated up water and drank it out of it. So this was a fantastic use also. So that was it for cooking gear. We also use a titanium spoon is what I use, and Angela also used a titanium spoon. For food storage, what we used here was this Bear Vault 450. Put a bunch of stickers on the outside here. Once again, not necessarily a endorsement of any of these companies, but I had a bunch of stickers from ordering all the gear, so I decided to put them somewhere, and they were just sitting inside the drawer. So they helped decorate this canister very well. This worked absolutely fantastic outside. It's a Bear Vault, so at the end of the day, when everybody was struggling to get their bags up there, all we had to do was take this, go hide it behind a bush about 100 yards or so away from the camp, maybe a little bit further, you're probably supposed to, but we just put it out there. And we were actually able to keep all of our food in here with the exception of the very first day. because we knew we were going to eat it, so it wasn't any point in putting it in the bear vault. So we put 3 days worth of food in here. There's still quite a bit left over because we left early and we didn't get to eat the other day and a half or 2 days of food that was in here. So it's a little heavy, but it does a great job of keeping bears, raccoons, mice, that type of stuff out of your food. And it also keeps your food dry, and it can be used as a seat if you need to. So once again, good thumbs up for this. I liked it. What we used for water on the trail was we used the Sawyer water filter, and we used these smart water bottles right here to take with us. Now, this was modified. We took the top off of a 750 milliliter bottle and we put it on top of the 1 liter bottle, because the 1 liter bottles don't come with this nifty little flip top thing right here, and that's a great thing to use to keep it from the water from getting contaminated. Now, some folks will actually take the Sawyer filter and put it on top of the water bottle here, and there's nothing wrong with doing that here. I just kind of like to keep my water bottle filled with clean water, not the unfiltered water, just because it gives you a lot more options when you get to town, because then you can kind of use this without having to clean it out. I also use this little CNOC water bladder right here. This was filled with the dirty water or the stream water, and we used the filter attached to the back of it here, and we made it work. So that's how we did water on the trail. And once again, that's a thumbs up. Everything worked great. Thanks for watching this video. This was a quick shakedown of what we did on the hike last weekend. And I do appreciate everybody tuning in and seeing what's going on. Didn't want to review every single piece of gear, otherwise this would be a 35 or 40-minute video, and wanted to keep it kind of short and sweet. If you like it, please subscribe. If you don't like it, please subscribe anyway, because all it does is help get the word out to other folks. So with that, I'm going to leave it here. I'll have another video posted here in the not too distant future on a specific subject, which I won't tell you what it is right now, but it will be a lot of fun. With that, thank you very much and take care.